Okay, so before I start the video, just want to mention a few things. Turns out, yeah, Marth's mom was in fact killed. I just forgot. And I think I remember who did it. And the game will slowly reveal who it is. Not that we care because we don't know Marth's mom. The other thing I got to mention is that with the Ballistician Bridge chapter that was removed from this game, we also missed out on a unit called Beck. He shows up in like a village in that chapter, and he's actually a really good unit. Actually, the Ballisticians in general are really good units. Anyway, just thought I'd point that out. Click. Oh damn, Magical Caden. So, I remember last chapter I was like, desert chapters suck, or at least I implied it. This one's not that bad, but it's for the reasons irrelevant to the desert tiles. I also love this description, like, it makes Caden sound all mystical and shit with the first sentence, like, land of magic. And then, look at this line right here. Come by, like, oh shit, people die and shit. And then it's like, a cursed town of darkness. It's a land of magic, but it's also a cursed town of darkness. Oh snap, it's fucking dark and edgy in here, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready. So yeah, really simple chapter, or is it? Yeah, I mean, like usual, there's not a whole lot of enemies, but the first few turns of this are actually really interesting, and I say that it is partly because of the gimmick, which is right here. This is Captain Gimmick Man, his name's Garniff. And he's all like, yeah, I have a spell that makes me invincible, and it's called math, which, I mean, that just sounds like a drug, like, hey, Corey, you wanna go to the back of the school and do some math? Anyway, yeah, he can't be hurt or damaged in any way, shape, or form. He has a super powerful spell that deals a shitload of damage. It's not very accurate. And ideally, what you want to do, or at least the game-intended strategy, is to be all like, hey, I got a magic shield and I got Pegasus Riders. I can use this to cock-block you from the rest of my units. And then that's pretty much it. But here's the thing, like, you need to cock-block him while also dealing with the mages from the north and the Wyvern Riders from the north. Now take note that this is a desert chapter. All of our units, when they step on desert tiles, are impeded by the tiles, except for flyers and mages. And take note that pretty much every enemy on this map is either a flyer or a mage, which I actually think is a really interesting, like, way to set up the chapter. Like, it plays to the strengths of the enemies, and you have to sort of, like, find a way to deal with that. What I also find interesting is that they have this middle island area, which is inevitably where your units are gonna end up. And, like, it has this river surrounding it and two bridges. And that also plays to the strengths of the enemies, because the flyers can just fly over the bridge and stuff, and the mages prevent you from standing on the edges. Lastly, the enemies are both a magic unit, which, let's be clear here, very few people on this team have good resistance, so you gotta worry about those guys dealing damage, but you also have to worry about the Wyvern Riders dealing damage, and typically the units with high resistance have low defense, so it's got this kind of really cool enemy synergy going on that I love so much, where you have to, like, really be careful on how you handle them. You want to minimize your damage as much as possible, so you have to really consider the enemy ranges and stuff, and find ways to kill them before they have a chance to really gain momentum on you. Like, for example, these two Wyvern Riders, I want to get rid of them as soon as possible, because if they start closing in on me, not only will they be able to attack my weak units, but they'll also have the mages catching up to them, and then I'll have to deal with both at the same time. So what I want to do is I want to enemy phase the fuck out of them with Merrick and Linda, who can both survive strikes from them. Another weird thing, oh, here's Garniff. Oh, snap. Hey, dude, you want some math? I got some for you. It's really fucking trippy. I mean, check this shit out. Once I finish talking. Oh, shit. Alright, here we go. Here comes the math train. Oh, spooky dog. Yeah, and it said that Sheeta was blocked there. She cannot attack. Nobody can attack them. They just get blocked. That's just how it works, man. But yeah. See, as you can see, the mages are closing in. At the same time, we also have Pegasus Riders, which is not so much an issue, but the fact that they have high resistance, you know, makes them relatively annoying to deal with. Here's Linda with her amazing hair. Oh, damn. I wish it were more flowy. Her design is so fucking weird. Like, it shows her legs, but not her knees. It's like a weird version of a China dress. I think I mentioned that already. So yeah, while all this other shit is going on, you also have a thief that's going after the chests. The chests contain a talisman, which I really wish the game gave to me before Garneth came in to kick the shit out of us. And the other chest has a secret book, which increases your skill. It's like a secret book on how to become more skilled at life, you know? So yeah, Marth takes care of this dragon dude, or tries to. I mean, he's definitely a strong unit now. Definitely stronger than most of my units, but Wyvern Riders are so freaking ridiculous in this game, it's not even funny. But yeah, Marek shows his badassery by tossing some ice at him. And Sheeta's just kind of parking there, being all like, yeah, you can't take my parking space and go against my other units, because I'm here, bitch! You can't do jack shit to me, except deal lots of damage. Because, let's be clear here, even with the magic shield, which I used on her to make her better at shielding shit, that tome has, I think, 24 might? Well, like, 24... Like, he has a total of 24 attack power. So even with Sheeta's impressive resistance, that thing is gonna still... That kills her in 3 hits, basically. And then you have to consider all the other enemies that we're dealing with at the same time here. But yeah, like... Something interesting is that if you are too durable for the enemies to damage, they just straight up won't attack you, and I completely forgot about this. So what you're gonna see is, over in the left, those mages are gonna be like, hey, there's enemies over here, I wanna attack them, oh shit, I can't do jack shit to them, so I'm just gonna walk up to them and just block them rudely on the bridge. You'd think we'd just kick them off and knock them into the river. I mean... It's not like they can swim, they can't walk over water tiles like Marth can. Which has a strangely... Like, what the fuck is that implying? I mean, Marth is basically already a messiah figure, considering he's the only one who can stop the evil Medeus, because he's the only one who can wield the falchion. But I mean, he can already... Alright, you guys get it. I don't need to spell it out for you. Anyway, let's look at my notes now. Yeah, turn animations back on. What's nice about animations is that you also, like, when you have them off, it doesn't show you the stats you gain on level up, and it also, like, is, like, when you get anything, it's just utter gibberish. But on top of that, when you gain items from enemies you've slain, it tells you what they are, like, enemy dropped recovery, Sheeta got the recovery. It's very, very archaic speaking languaginess. But yeah, these mages gotta love how they just sort of team up around Garneth, like, yeah, dude, we can't do anything around you, but we'll just be his cheerleaders. Anyway, yeah, Linda gets more EXP. I spend a lot of this chapter training her up. She's very useful here. Like, the sad thing is that Linda's not a very good unit. Like, yeah, she's a magic user and shit. That makes her better than most of the units in this game simply by the fact that she can actually attack safely and deal a lot of damage. But, like, when you compare her with units that actually have fucking defense, like Marth, like, doesn't really feel like there's much of a contest. He fares better against most enemies. And this chapter just so happens to play to her strengths, really. But yeah, like, you might have noticed that I have Marth all the way to the right, but wait, the gate that you're supposed to take is all the way to the upper left. Oh. And this person's just like, oh, use the magic shield or a pure water to defend yourself against magic. But yeah, the reason why I moved Marth over to the right is because Garneth is just like, alright, fuck this shit, I'm getting bored, I'm going away. You'd think he would just stand on the throne and prevent us from seizing it and, you know, make the game impossible. But then again, like, seizing the, like, from a story standpoint, that wouldn't make any sense. From a gameplay standpoint, it does. But anyway, back on topic. I moved Marth to the right because I could have sworn in the top right there was a village I had to visit. But it turns out that the village doesn't exist in Book 1 of this game. It only exists in Book 2. So that entire area is just kind of pointless, except for getting the chest, you know? But yeah, this is the part where I realized, wait, so I can't fly over that shit? I can't just go straight up to the thief? Well, shit. Time for a backup plan. Yeah, so Linda's gonna destroy more shit, as per usual. Like, really, Linda doesn't become a good unit until Book 2, and I keep talking about Book 2 because it's just so much better than this. Like, again, Fire Emblem 3 has a lot of, like, really bad level design, but Book 2, in particular, has a lot of, like, really cool ideas, and it definitely polishes up the enemy positioning. Let's see, let's look at my notes some more. So yeah, as you can see, like, the chapter is actually interesting from a gameplay standpoint, but you might also notice that the desert has nothing to do with what makes the chapter fun to play. Like, we're not standing on desert chapters here, and you could easily just remove the desert entirely, and we would probably still be playing the chapter the same exact way. If anything, the desert aspect holds this chapter back, because, like, once you finish this initial rush of enemies, that's it. There's no more enemies, and you kind of have to tediously walk Marth up to the throne. Which, by the way, isn't even guarded by a fucking boss. Like, what the hell, man? You need to, like, step it up, man. Anyway, yeah. So, I sent Minerva over to the right because, oh shit, Thief is running away. I don't know if I can catch up with him. Meanwhile, the Thief is super, like, easy to kill, and I'm just making a mountain out of a molehill. I also opted to get Navarre some more EXP in this chapter because, man, he is weak as shit. And thank God he got a couple strength points on the level ups. Anyway. What else do I have in my notes? Oh yeah, this is where we realize, oh crap. Catchwell, why can't you kill that guy? Anyway. Let's see. More notes time. Yeah, this is kind of one of those times where I realized that Julian isn't that good. Like, you'd think he would be good because he's a thief and, oh, utility. But I'm slowly starting to realize that, like, most of the time, Marth can either open the chest, or you can wait for an enemy thief to open the chest, kill the thief, and then just get all the shit that way. It's just like, whoa, man. So basically, the only use that Julian has is to open doors and to, knock down bridges. And every now and then, for time-saving purposes, you know, open chests while Marth does more important shit. Anyway, one of the things I noticed is, the bishops were running away from Linda, and I was pretty sure they could damage her, and then I realized, wait, they don't have weapons. What the fuck? You'd think they would have done that, you know? But, you know, it's just another case of, oh snap, I guess they didn't think. I feel like they were just meant to act as healers and that's it. But yeah, here's a perfect example of the animation thing coming in handy, because now you can see all the shit that I got. Yay! I don't know what I'm gonna do with all that shit, but chances are it's going to Linda. Oh man, so much Linda bias. So much. Yeah. I think I've literally just straight up run out of shit to say about this chapter. Well, as you can see, I use basically none of my fucking units. I use the Flyers, Linda, and Marek, and Marth maybe once. Everybody else just kind of sat around and looked pretty, which, you know, considering this is anime, not very hard. I didn't really think I should have sped up this part. Ooh! She got strength, hooray! At this point I'm just like, fuck, why am I even moving Julian? I'll just leave him right there. Yeah. I don't really think I'm gonna just cut ahead. Oh snap! A village! That's something to talk about! Alright, so just so you guys know, Gato tells you that at the end of the chapter, so what this guy says is completely fucking useless. Oh snap, it's a boss. He has Balganen. Oh, so intimidating. Next. Ooh, shopping time. What do I get? Ooh, L-Fires, nice. And a relive for good measure. Alright, what's in this shop? Nothing useful. Well, the pure water is useful. I think this is the only chapter in the game that sells pure water, so there's that, I guess. And some silver weapons, because why not? Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, Marth gets the boots. It says it gives you +5 move, but in truth it gives you +4. He has 11 move. And we're finally freaking done. Oh my god, thank god. Yeah, so Gado's like, oh, I'm using magic to speak to you. I'm gonna tell you exactly what that villager told you earlier. Yeah, Garnif is like evil and shit. No problem. I have no idea what the fuck to say here. It's just like, yep, this is happening. Yeah, okay, so this is interesting. Star and light orbs. You need those to defeat Garnif. Starlight explosion. Now that's a fucking awesome name for a dessert. I would fucking buy that in an instant. But yeah, you need to retrieve those things in order to make the Starlight Tome, which you need to defeat Garnif.